Hey guys, and welcome back. I wanted to talk today a little bit more about how to write awesome killer prospecting emails and go into a little bit more depth. I did actually put out an infographic today about this and wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive so we could talk more specifically about what it takes to write a really good prospecting email. I'm going to put that infographic in this corner here and we're going to talk about it. So the three things that I think are the most important to include in a prospecting email is to make sure that it is readable, that it is relevant, and that it includes a call to action. So what do those actually mean? Good question. So readability is less about the material in terms of the words of the email and more about the format and the outline of the email. So we had talked in a previous video about emails that look like Russian literature, right? They're so text heavy, like you need a degree in literature to get through them. They're so complicated. We want to avoid that at all costs because that is absolutely going to kill you. People are not going to read it and you're going to have wasted money on this marketing, right? Bad. We don't want that. So a really, really easy way to avoid this is to use a format that sometimes is referred to as the F format. And what this basically means is that you're going to have typically 3 paragraphs in your prospecting email. So the first is going to be your longest paragraph. So you're going to have, Dear Bob, your first paragraph is going to be your introduction and your relevancy, which we'll talk about in a second. Your second paragraph is going to be the kind of why you information, and it's going to be shorter than your first paragraph. And then your last paragraph is going to be 1 to 2 sentences maximum, preferably 1 line to maybe 1.5 lines. And this is going to be your call to action, which again, we'll talk about at the end here. But what this does is visually, it creates kind of a sloping diagonal. So when you're reading, it appears that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So the further you go, the easier it is to finish the email, which is a huge win for business owners who are on the go constantly and consumers who are getting overwhelmed with emails from all of the companies that they shop with regularly, where they're gonna hit delete in like under a second, right? So you wanna make sure that they know instantly that they can get through this email in a very short amount of time. So this is just kind of a psychological and visual way to help people realize that this content is manageable. So that's going to be really, really effective for you. And again, short sentences don't want to be too wordy or too proper in your language because you want to be professional but colloquial. We want people to read it, to understand, and to get what you are trying to send across, right? So that's readability. So make sure you have short, broken up paragraphs that get smaller as you go. Next, relevancy. So this is where we want to tell the consumer, the potential client, whomever you're marketing to, exactly why you're reaching out to them, right? So I've gotten this email from you. The first thing that I want to know as a consumer or as a prospective client is, what do you want? So tell them blatantly, hey, I'm reaching out today because. So this could be, if you're using email campaign software like MailChimp or Constant Contact, you can have automated campaigns that go out for different reasons. So this could be, people that were on your website in the last 30 days but didn't buy, or people who haven't bought something from you in 3 months. Hey, we're reaching out today because you haven't bought something in 3 months, or we haven't seen you in a while. Well, come back. Here's a coupon, right? So tell them exactly why you're reaching out to them specifically. And then the other point you always want to cover in your relevancy is why you're reaching out to them now. So this is often referred to as why you now. So those are the 2 questions that your email needs to cover in the first 1 to 2 sentences. So I'm reaching out to you because, if this is a prospecting email, it could be, I'm reaching out to you because I saw on LinkedIn that you just had your Series A. Congratulations. This is a great time to talk about X. That's why I'm reaching out now. Right? So now I understand that for one, you know something about me. This isn't a generic email that's going out to everyone. Even if it is going out to everyone that has the same shopping behavior, it still seems custom, right? So that is really, really, really important because, again, otherwise people are going to abandon ship immediately if it doesn't seem relevant to them instantly. So we've got readability, we've got relevancy. So the last thing is call to action. This is so incredibly important, and it's probably the biggest thing that people overlook in their prospecting emails. So they send a lot of information out to their clients about themselves. Let me tell you all about me. People don't care, right? So you want to tell them what you can offer them, why it's relevant to them, and then what you want them to do in order to get started with that information. So that's that very last line of the email that I was talking about. And this is explicit, like click here to claim your coupon, or I have appointments available Monday and Wednesday at 1 and 3 p.m. Which works best for you? Then it's just a matter of hitting reply and saying this time works best. Again, if you're using an email campaign company like MailChimp or Constant Contact, you can include things like coupons. You can include clicks to your website. You can include call now buttons, right? So tell people why this is relevant to them. Tell them why they need it now, and then let them do the thing that you want them to do. Pretty basic, right? So those are the 3 things that are absolutely mission critical if you want an amazing prospecting or marketing email. If that still seems overwhelming to you and you're not quite sure how to implement that, let's talk. I'd be happy to help. I do custom email templates for businesses, and you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/KMacConsulting. Same thing on Instagram. So my handle is at KMacConsulting. Look forward to talking to you guys soon, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.